Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble, on the blogger site, and on Patreon for extra support. And any kind of news and updates, usually I go out on Twitter, X. And I continue to have some struggling issues with getting some time for live streams. But yeah, when I can, I will let everybody know on Twitter. Today we don't have Midnight Suns episode. Just to reiterate, next week I will start uploading one episode per day during work days, so Monday through Friday. And if I need, in the meantime, to change up the scheduling on that series, I will let everybody know before I do that. But yeah, and tomorrow is my day off, so no gaming news tomorrow. But again, I will try during this Wednesday, during this weekend, see if I can manage to do some live streaming, at least a couple of hours here and there. But yeah, basically that's it regarding the channel. Let's go to the news. Intel now is basically kind of almost restructuring their operations and how they work. They are going to supposedly scale up outsourcing efforts, mainly on the 3 nanometer, is going to be handed over to TSMC and other suppliers for advanced packaging. Again, it seems that their own kind of internal methods of packaging and all that jazz is not working pretty well in the sense of profitability, it seems. But yeah, they are showing again a little bit more reliance on third party companies, let's say, or external companies. So yeah, we got that one. Again, you got also something coming up here with Arrow Lake, I think is going to do something to have regarding that. And yeah, again, we will see how this goes. Again, the take here is seems that Team Blue has realized that being dependent on its divisions, so its own divisions, is sustainable for the future and brings massive roadblocks in the form of higher utilization of financial resources, which gives competitors an edge since by outsourcing process, a large part of the development process gets handed over to third-party partners. So all the resources needed to do everything in-house is at this moment seems too much for them to handle in terms of money-wise. So they are handing over, and to a certain degree, it's cheaper for them to hand over that process of things to TSMC and the such there. And it is assumed that Intel Falcon Shores AI products, so the things that supposedly are going to competing with the already established NVIDIA and AMD AI accelerators, supposedly is going to be a breakthrough for the firm. We'll have to see about that because they are running late for this game, and the bubble is again the predictions by the end of the year. This AI stuff there is going to, if not burst, cool down a lot. So we'll have to see what kind of moves they are going to do with this. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And then we got the highly anticipated Arrow Lake CPUs in the consumer segment. Again, I'm assuming this is at the 15th gen Intel, and in that field on DIY products or consumer segment, they still have the 13th and 14th gen things to deal with. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that. But on the other side of things, we got Battlemage stuff, GPUs, chips spotted in testing stuff there. Like I don't know. Where is this testing phase on these engineering samples before the rollout? Okay, so this is like I'm not sure if like kind of microcode stuff there for testing engineering samples from the Battlemate GPUs. It seems so, at least from the decryption of this kind of uh, nonsense to me. I don't understand anything what it's doing here. But people are basically translating this to readable stuff, and it seems that given that probably we'll see some still the what people are trying to see if it is what Intel is announcing, which is kind of an uplift in performance, almost 50% or give or take like that. We got some stuff in terms of specifications of the products. We got what it looks like in here. Something they are testing a GPU with a 14x XE2 cores, which kind of aims for a G21, so middle of the range from what I understand, which basically maxes out at 16 cores. And also this product supposedly has 60 DRAM channels, so around 32 bits per channel or 122 bits in total, with a configuration of 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It should be running the standard GDDR6 model, so not the X variants or even the GDDR7. And they are clocked at 19 gigabytes per second. But the fact that that there is some limitation here on the memory bus, it's a lower end regarding the previous generation there, even though the memory supposedly it's clocked a little bit higher. But yeah, it's a newer GDR6 thing here, I think, if not mistaken, because it has more speed from Alchemist. But yeah, overall, this seems to be like the mid-range kind of a thing. So they are going for 12 gigabytes of GDR6, and supposedly the G41, supposedly they might be aiming for 16 gigabytes with the memory bus of 256 bits. That's why they seem to be aiming for a kind of 48-ish kind of performance there. But yeah, this is what we've been seeing here and there. A lot of data mining per se regarding this kind of testing. And again, this seems like early testing on engineering samples, so we still have some ways to go about. And I suppose finalize this kind of Q&A thing, which testing everything that you need to test out, and then I will assume these engineering samples are already, some of them are already on the hands of AIBs. Let's see, and then after everything is taken care of in terms of this Q&A testing, see if everything goes well, I will assume it will go to the mass production. But yeah, at least this is information that we have for now. Again, it's not a huge leap. Again, I think even the rumors were aiming not for a huge leap in terms of performance, except they are trying to aim their like their best product to be aiming for a 4080-ish kind of performance there. But then again, we got better, supposedly better ray tracing, new media accelerator engines or something like that. Again, an improved architecture overall, and uplift in terms of performance regarding aiming for the 4080, which is, I think it's good. Going little by little, again, taking into account this is going to be launched, if not by the end of the year, being announced like beginning next year. Again, it's good because it makes the aiming with the Alchemist trying to aim for the low budget market, so they can put their hands on the field and do all the testing that they did, and working on their drivers and fine tuning them, and put mainly the software part of things to be on par with the competition the best they can, and then upscale or not upscale, improve the performance on the higher end products to be more competitive on the middle range market, let's say, and taking that overall framework that they already developed there from Alchemist, transfer it to Battlemage, and improve upon it with each generation. And I will assume Celestial will, if everything goes well and Celestial come out, I will assume they will try to aim for the higher end GPUs that will come out when Celestial comes out. I don't know. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully Intel can recover from this shit show, because again, I like competition on the market. I don't like having just being dependent on just one company for stuff. And hopefully they will get around this. In terms of games, yeah, supposedly we got some Anthem callback. Supposedly was a key lesson for Dragon Age the Veilguard. Again, the thing is, did they take the lessons needed to be learned for Dragon Age the Veilguard to be a good game? Again, I don't think so. Again, I think they're trying to divert on the conversation in a lot of stuff. But yeah, That there is kind of a story. Supposedly, the creative director, it worked on Anthem for like a year and a half. Again, a lot of stuff here trying to not directly approach Dragon Age Veilguard, for it seems, but in this interview in Edge, basically it was asked why they dropped the ability to control the rest of the party, and then this Corinne Bush person said this is a much higher actions per minute game. It is a more technical demanding on the players. So when we try to allow you to full control your companions as well, what we found is it wasn't actually adding to the experience. In fact, in some ways it was detrimental given the demanding nature of just controlling your own character. Again, I think I never played any Dragon Age game, but from what I understand, you can do like real time combat, but you can also turn into kind of almost turn based strategy game there in the combat sections. And even on the thing, you got like slow mode option, I think, if not mistaken. And I never played, but that's the feeling that I have from feedback that I heard from people playing those games again, and that didn't wasn't deter any kind of deterrence of people wanting to control their NPCs. I really don't know why they choose that. I think they are a little bit condescending on the players of not taking advantage of taking control of their own NPCs. Again, I think they are trying to a certain point remove agency from the players and being, I don't know, on the mercy of the AI routines that they have for NPCs and even for your squad. We already had again one of the main points that of contency is basically they said that all it's going to be how do I say it? They say that in terms of lore and canon, all everybody in the game is pansexual. So you automatically remove agency from the player of playing an RPG, which is you assume whatever role you want to assume. That's why it's called RPG. It's role playing game, and basically it removes the agency of playing a role playing game because you basically remove the aspect of role playing in that game. So, and the fact that you also remove the agency of players play with the squad, take control of certain action with the squad, I think you might be able to control abilities or like special abilities or something like that. But yeah, it's removing a lot of agency. I think they are being a little bit condescending to the player. Basically, you don't know how to play this. This is too much for you. So you're going to be. We give you. We're going to take care of you by limiting um, your autonomy and your agency while playing the game. Again, and also by the fact that the game doesn't look good. It doesn't look good from the gameplay they've been showing. It's a yeah. I don't know what they're trying to aim here for. Again, this is going to be another disaster waiting for happen. Again, we already have Ubisoft games and now EA because Dragon Age is part of EA. Yeah, I think this is not going to go very well. But in good news, we got Monster Hunter Wilds is doing a lot of weapon trailers lately, one per day at least. This is from yesterday's Hunting Horn, and I know there already is on their channel. I think the Longsword, if not mistaken. Again, this is getting me pretty excited to see if I can try out this game when it comes out because I'm seeing a lot of what this game is all about and the the complexity of the game and how you can approach combat in different ways with different kind of weapons and builds. It's very interesting to see this coming out. So they are dropping a little bit overviews here and there, and then I will assume throughout until at least the Gamescom when it comes, which is by the end of this month. We'll see more mechanics being shown up, like your squad. I think you could take squad and other how other mechanics work, like crafting and the such. I think they are going to start off to showing a little bit here and there because, as I mentioned yesterday, we covered that. I think there's going to be like 60 demo units for people to play Monster Hunter Wilds, which is impressive by itself. So they are focusing a lot on Monster Hunter Wilds And yeah, I think it's good for at least. I think it's going to be good for already people that are already invested on this franchise from years now, and I think it's going to be good for newcomers to entice newcomers. And I think most of it is because of how Elden Ring was a little bit mainstream, because there are some similarities, from what I understand, between Monster Hunter and From Software games in terms of they try to approach combat in a very specific way. It's more about how you build and a character around a certain playstyle, and how you can go about and facing difficult enemies. But there is a huge reward payout when you go around and face that challenging obstacle there. But yeah, I think that they're trying to call out that fan base, that Elden Ring kind of mainstream itself on From Software kind of games. Yeah, and I'm enjoying to see what they are bringing on, at least until so far on this overview kind of showcase there. Got other good news also. Kunitsu-Gami, Path of the Goddess, tops 500,000 players, which is good. Again, this is a very strategy kind of tower defensey kind of game with a very interesting Japanese cultural lore there. And from what I've seen, it's a pretty good game for what it is. And for them to celebrate this 500,000 players, they are going to now. This is already on the was on the planned release. They are going to feature a collab with Okami. Some Talisman, it seems, Jubilee, Dancing Crane, and Amaterasu. But yeah, it's good to see that this game at least is good. It's selling pretty good for what it is, because this was not very. There was no like huge budget for marketing on this game. But yeah, this game left me intrigued and curious, mainly of the fact that it's kind of a tower defense game in certain aspects. You got a lot of preparation to put yourself in collaboration with the villagers of each village, and then try to go around and defeat the waves of darkness. Then the cleansing stuff there, and everything is kind of interconnected with Japanese folklore and culture. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, it's good to see that at least selling well, and that the game is pretty good by itself. And lastly, I'm going to cover here some Remedy Entertainment stuff there. Again, we kind of know that, if you're not aware, that Alan Wake has some consultancy from Sweet Baby Inc. Again, I'm not sure because I didn't see that much. I try to keep myself out of spoilers because I'm curious, even regarding Sweet Baby Inc. influence. From what I understand, again, I'm not sure how much the story was affected. I don't know if the Sweet Baby Inc. influence has to do basically with the introduction of this character, the new character, the FBI agent Saga. But yeah, I'm not sure how much it was affected. But even if I wanted to play this game, I will not buy through Epic Game Store, which is an exclusive at this moment in time. And that by itself didn't work out very well for the sales of the game, because they are not in good shape at this moment. Um, yeah. And they are supposedly still not recovered from the cost of making the game after basically a year ago, because we are approaching October now, a couple of months here. They are still trying to get to at least pay the game for itself, which is a little bit worrying. And the time of publishing the report, which is the financial half-year financial report covering January to June, Alan Wake 2 has recouped most of its development and marketing expenses. That means that they are still, basically, still they are taking a loss on the game yet. And they said that didn't start generating royalties, which is not good. And still, they are still planning to release physical editions for the game. Supposedly there is a physical deluxe edition to go on sale on October 22, and a collector's edition from limited run games that will ship in the December this year also. And of course, of note, Remedy Entertainment did not provide any sales figures for Alan Wake 2. That's because they didn't sell that much. That's why when you sell a lot, everybody knows that you sold a lot. When you don't sell that well, you don't have numbers for that. That's the gist of things. And the company previously revealed that it sold 1 million copies by the end of December of 2023. So it came out in October, so around 2 months, only generated 1 million copies. Again, this has to do with the fact got all the things regarding Sweet Baby, but it's the fact that it's being sold exclusively on Epic Games storefront, and people don't like it. PC gamers don't like exclusives for starters, and is and the fact that it's exclusive to a platform that people don't like, including me. I only use the Epic Game Store to claim free games. It's the only thing that I use it for. I don't see any kind of incentive for me to, for example, uproot my stuff from Steam to Epic Games. Again, I don't see any kind, and the fact that I cannot even use, at least for me, use PayPal to make my purchases there, which is very odd. So you also have that, but yeah. In February of this year, they announced they sold 1.3 million units as beginning of February. So I will assume best case scenario they might have 1.5 million units sold at this point in time. But yeah, they say sales have continued with a high average price. At the end of the first quarter, the game has recouped a significant part of the development marketing expense. Again, they didn't recoup. Did they even reach to zero in terms of losses? So that's not good. And supposedly, as part of revenue breakdown in the most recent report, it was revealed 9.5 million came from development fees, while just almost 1 million came from royalties. It detailed royalties consistently mainly of game sales of Control in Alan Wake Remastered, which is not good because it's not coming from uh, anything else there. Development fees increased from the comparison period due to higher development fees from Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake. Its revenue did increase around 60% for the quarter. However, it saw operating profit declined 3 millions, which is again not good. Again, long-term business prospect. Again, they got these franchises. They want to expand both Control and Alan Wake because of the Remedy connected universe. Again, they still have also the remakes from what the games are called. Ay ay ay. They want to do some Max Payne here. Okay, they are still planning to collaborate with 2K for Max Payne remakes, 1 and 2 at least. So we have to see about that. And I came to Game World Observers. Alan Wake was fully funded by Epic Games. That's why it's being exclusivity deal there. I'm not sure if it is forever or not. I know that Alan Wake Remastered is still exclusive to Epic Games, which is not good because it's one of the versions of the game that I wanted to get to replay this franchise. That's why I still didn't play Control because I was waiting to see if by any chance Alan Wake Remastered is going to get out of exclusivity from Epic Games. But I don't think so. It is in the near future, and Remedy will be entitled to 50% of net revenue after Epic fully recoups its investment. And taking in account some analysts here, they estimate that 70 million. The game cost 70 million, with 50 million going to development and another 20 million going for marketing. So around 150 million. So until basically Epic Games gets 150 million minimum, then they can share the net revenue with Remedy, which is going to be very tough. Again, when you again, I don't like that Steam is overall kind of almost monopoly in terms of game distributions. But then again, if the competition that they have, basically it's GOG. At least from my point of view, they have pretty good framework of work there on GOG. You got all the DRM free games and all that jazz. But Epic Games as a competition, it's not providing enough advantage, or even it's not even trying to compare itself to Steam in the terms that what kind of service, extra goodies that it provides, what Steam, for example, provides. Until they reach at least at the same level of Steam, they cannot be counted as competition at this moment in time, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And this game, I don't know. I'm curious about this game mainly because of usually the storytelling that uh, Remedy games usually have. Like, for example, Alan Wake and Control, they seem pretty good on how they tell a story. And I was very curious about Alan Wake too. But if it's still going to be on exclusivity deal in Epic Games, so I will never play this game. That's my my take for now. It seems that I will never play this game if they continue to make it be exclusive in this platform. But yeah, unfortunately, that's how things are at this moment in time. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's go to end up in a good note. We got gaming deals. We got Vampire Survivors again. I think the punk which this one buy a game all DLC and OST bundle. I think this is the best purchase to do with this game. Again, if you like this kind of action role like bullet hell, pixel graphic, all that jazz kind of games, I think this is the one for you. We got also the Thaumaturge, very positive reviews all around. Kind of detective, metaphysical detective kind of a thing there. Very interesting. Is 33% off. We got also Dredge, 35% off. This is the normal. At this time is the base game. It's not the deluxe version that is on sale. It's the base game here. We got Pacific Drive is still on a deal here, 40% off on the deluxe edition. We got Stray, 40% off. We got Last Train Home. It's kind of real-time statics kind of a game. Very interesting story on the backdrop, and it's 50% off. We got Jagged Alliance free, 50% off. Also, the only exists the base game, so no playable DLC shenanigans there. But it's got usually 78% end up positive reviews. And we got also Bioshock. I will leave Bioshock the collection. It's got all the free games, so the remastered version of Bioshock 1 and 2, Bioshock Infinite, and all the DLC associated with all the free games there. And then we got on GOG Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. Again, it's very long names for the games. And then we got Deus Ex Mankind Divided Digital Deluxe Edition, 85% off. Also, and then we got Prey, which got my stamp of approval. Already did a gaming series here. If you're reticent, you can buy just the base game version there. But this is a pretty good game, very underrated game. If you're reticent on trying this game out, you can check my gameplay series, at least the first two episodes. I think it's more than good enough for you to have a sense of what this game is. And lastly, we got Void Bastard, which it's in the same situation, stamp of approval. I made a gameplay series out of this. If you're not sure if this game is for you, you can check at least the first episode for you to get a sense of what this game is about. Again, got my stamp of approval on this one. And yeah, basically, this is what I got for you today. I will wrap up with a plug on my Patreon as usual for access support. And the access support is for me to get a better storage solution, to get backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.